Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Ballinesian podcast, sponsored by Livasa Island Apparel, www.livasaislandapparel.com. Check out brother Eri. Damn, I am sweating. It is hot.
It's a hot day over here.
I'm sorry. I was trying to get this with this read. Check out brother Eri, brother Va. We're going to be traveling this summer and see where they're going. We know we're going to meet them up here in Vancouver, 4 days of Aloha Festival in July, and then also at the Polyfest in August. But make sure to check in with them. This is the Ballinesian podcast. I am Lance Falitomo.
I'm Forrest Lobo.
And I'm Mike Fiso.
This episode produced by Nora Jean Asalulu Falitomo, who got an early bath and is chilling with us while we make this episode. Nice.
Yeah.
Independence Day. Happy 4th of July to everyone who celebrates. How was your guys' holiday? You guys do anything?
No goddamn thing.
Nope. Nothing.
Nothing. All right. I didn't see any fireworks, but we went out to Eastern Oregon to drink whiskey and hang out with the fam, see Sammy's family, and let them see Nora and Jean. Definitely got to walk around a lot, and the baby gets tired from walking around. I like it. Slept through the night for the first time in like months. Just started running around at the park and stuff with her cousins and aunts and uncles and everything.
That was one of the first secrets I learned when I used to babysit my nieces and nephews and all the kids. Like, let's go outside and play. My older siblings taught me, my mom, like, yo, just have them play. And when it gets nighttime, they're going to be tired. Just go sleep.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, go to the park, trying to like do like motion games, like fetch, like not. It's low-key fetch. Here's the ball, go and get it. She's like, Dad, you did it again. She brings it back. She's like, go throw. She's like, I like it. Man, a bunch of things have happened this week. I feel like this is going to be a shorter episode, and we can really get into the meat and potatoes of a lot of other stuff in Monday's episode. But what do you guys want to start with? NBA free agency and trades, or the Supreme Court knocking down affirmative action and what that means moving forward?
If you wanted a quick episode, I guess we'll get with the serious stuff first. That way, anything else, we can just free flow. But
yeah, let's. Okay, so cases from Harvard and the University of North Carolina went up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has ruled that you can't take race into account when judging someone's, what would you call it, their admissions or their
application or whatnot.
Application.
Yeah. Affirmative action, as I've known it, was to put into place to try to make up for some of the inequities that were caused by slavery and Jim Crow laws over time, just taking away from minorities' abilities to be able to get education and jobs and houses. And
how long did this last? How long did affirmative action last? Because
50 years.
This is almost comical because we had like 400 years of everybody's chilling, like the opposite of affirmative action.
Yeah.
But we get 50 years into it, and these guys are like, nah, man, it's not fair. This ain't fair, man. Come on. All these institutions are still majority white, so I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why. But we haven't made progressive legislation in this country in the last 5 years. Let's be real.
Yeah.
We've been moving backwards for a while.
I feel like when Roe versus Wade got overturned, that was something that people for a long time said, don't worry about.
Right.
They're never going to take away, access to abortion or healthcare that way. And when it happened, people were like, oh, well, they're not going to take away like affirmative action. Well, they're not going to take away gay people's ability to get married to each other. They're not going to take, like, all these things are starting to come apart.
What's next?
Right.
Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. It is like it feels like what's next. And also the way the Supreme Court is set up, it's a conservative, like, supermajority for, until people die. Like you stay on the Supreme Court until you like retire or die, right?
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like longshoreman. Like you got to give it to somebody.
Bro,
It's
that's
in
what
your
they were.
family.
That's what they were saying about some judges. They were getting old and they were holding on to their seats, but like some people said, Ruth Bader Ginsburg should have retired like 6 or 7 years earlier during Obama's presidency, so they could get a like a progressive justice in instead of her not being able to make it through Donald Trump's presidency and them appointing another pretty conservative Supreme Court justice. And I feel like, I mean, for me personally, I just feel like it's all kind of skewed or like low-key corrupt or bought off already, because you hear about all these things where Congress people are making millions off of stocks with information that they get, like that's like government top secret information. And then you hear about justices, Supreme Court justices, taking trips with billionaires, or accepting gifts like lavish super vacations, and expecting that not to kind of sway the way they rule on things. Um, so it's, I don't even know what the fuck. What are we supposed to do? We gotta change. You gotta change the system, but it's like, oh God, where's the
Are you willing to go to war for it against the upper class?
That's what
that's what's required of us, and I don't think we really got it in us like that.
yeah.
Unfortunately, like I'd love to.
It needs to be unified, right? Like if you got the workers versus the owners, it's ants versus crickets in A Bug's Life. Like,
yeah,
but we outnumber them 1,000-1.
I mean, you hear about it all the time in like the hood or poor places like home invasions. When they start moving into rich areas, you know what I mean? That'll be the solution.
When home invasions start affecting people in the suburbs, they're going to be like, oh, we should start educating minorities. Right. We should start using our tax dollars for the education and healthcare.
It's funny because it's a lot of other minorities too that were kind of part of the cases that were taken into court. You see a lot of Asians now, they're arguing because nothing against them, but I mean, some of them were arguing that they don't get the chance off of the hard work they do because affirmative action is for, like they say, just Black people. So they're claiming that they're more prepared to go to like Harvard or Yale, but because of affirmative action, they can't get into those schools because there's only so many spots left for them because of affirmative action, which is crazy. That's crazy.
Is that true though? That like there's a limited number of spots each year for these schools? It's not like we'll take anyone who can pay.
That's what I'm saying. So even though it's affirmative action, they still have to make the grades. They still have to pass the entrance exam. They still have to, they still have to be accepted. They don't just be like, well, let's get like let's get the first 10 Black dudes that want to apply. You know what I mean? Like a lottery. It's not like a lottery. You still have to make the entrance requirements. So I mean, that's crazy. The only affirmative action was to make sure that these schools were considering them if they were able to go to these schools academically, if they were able to qualify academically and not get looked over, not be picked out because you know what I mean? They didn't want to be the token Black kid at the school. They just wanted to be considered instead of just be passed over because of their race.
Okay, why? Wait, they would have been passed over because they were Black?
That's what so these colleges, they usually look for people in the same places.
Right.
So there's a lot of private schools that are considered feeder schools to a lot of college institutions. And so what I believe affirmative action was doing was making them look elsewhere for the same, like these students are of the same caliber as the top whatever normal kids that they'd be looking at, but they're providing a different perspective, which is also part of the diversity. Like, you don't want to just have a college full of people that everybody thinks exactly the same. That is boring. That's like a cult, I would say.
Not just boring, yeah. It's like a disservice to going out and try to learn more. Is just keeping it in that little circle,
challenging ideas, and so like affirmative action would cause colleges, like, they have certain spot, like it's not even a lot of the spots. It's like 10, 20 spots specifically for people of color or from low income or whatever the deal.
Who would have been applying to Yale or Harvard if they, had the background or family.
And they would just get overlooked. Yeah. And then like, it's like 1 in 3 it was Harvard and UNC. Like 1 in 3 of their students are legacy students. So they get
like
a free
their parents.
Yeah.
Or
there
family.
Because their parent went there or a grandparent or something, you get automatic priority. Like, you don't even need good grades.
Right.
You'd be like, oh, see that building over there? That's us.
Right.
That's gang.
And that's Bama. Oh my god.
Yeah, for real. And you guys are locked in for all your generations. And everybody knows, like, going to, I think Harvard and UNC are the 2 oldest colleges in the United States. And like, going especially to Harvard, you get connected to way more than you would elsewhere.
Like out of your community college.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Because there's going to be so many different people out there.
Yeah. So my thing with affirmative action ending is, of course, a crazy thing happened because it was put in there, just like Mike said, to kind of level the playing field. But if it's gone now, then I think we should start living the playing field by having the rest of these colleges, like other colleges, being prestigious, like, HBCs.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to take your money to Harvard, then start going to other schools. Make them prestigious. Make them better than Harvard, which is tough because, like Mike said, they've been around. They're one of the oldest, or if not the oldest college in the United States. And they're so connected because so many people went there that are in positions of powers, or families that have been through America, families that have owned families that have owned slaves, that have owned land, that were, they came up that way. And so I know it's hard to do, but I think that would be the move now for a lot of people who are affected by affirmative action, is maybe try to turn some of these other colleges into their own Harvard, into their own, the new Harvards, the new Princetons.
Yeah, that's just me. I feel like, what was that movie? Was it Accepted?
Yeah, but they made their own college.
Ask me about my win. Yeah, South Harmon Institute of Technology.
Right. Shit.
All you had to do was apply, and you got in.
Right.
The Harvard. There was a scene where the dean of, was it Harvard or Yale or whatever the fancy school was?
Yeah.
They were saying it doesn't matter how many students we get. It matters how many students we can deny, how many people want to come to Harvard, but we just don't have the space for you. That's where the prestigiousness all comes from. It's like how many people you can turn away. So it's
it's so ironic because I just started watching White Collar again. I don't know if you guys watched that. It's a pretty good series. But the firm that they work at, this law firm that they work at.
Oh, is that with the lawyers?
Yeah.
And the one guy said he went to Harvard or something?
Right.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Show. But the law firm, it's supposedly in the show, it's probably the best law firm in New York. And the lawyer there, he's like the best lawyer in New York. But they only accept people that went to Harvard. You cannot be hired there if you didn't go to Harvard. That's crazy. Like,
legacies only.
Right.
You're hooked up for life.
Right. And I mean, that is why you go to certain colleges, though. That's how it is now, because the networking that they can do for you. It's why people join certain fraternities. Um, so the connection is a lot of why people choose these colleges now. So I just think it's up to like a lot of people who own businesses now, their own businesses who own these big companies, to look out for people that went to the college they not everybody went to Harvard or Yale. So
So now, if you went to college, try to get somebody into your college, try to make more
right,
legacies for your
right,
own community. So you're saying build up like the prestigiousness of other places, but
yes,
Yeah.
hopefully that takes going away from those places like Harvard, Yale. Um,
Think about this. Without affirmative action, we wouldn't even have the movie How High, which is an American classic, right? These guys scored hella high on the SAT or whatever the fuck they was taking. And then were affirmatively Harvard was like, oh shit, let's get him. Brought him
what,
in, and the rest is history.
what were the steps that they took to get there? They studied high,
yeah.
took the test high,
First,
Got high
got high
scores.
scores.
their friend had to die first.
Oh
So
yeah.
Yeah,
they,
Hey,
rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
Ivory. You got that ivory. But have you guys ever been a beneficiary of affirmative action that you can remember, either in school or work,
Oh
or
yeah. Oh yeah.
like your application was?
Like I feel like my shit was boosted because I said I was a Pacific Islander. It's like Asian slash Pacific Islander, but I made sure to underline that side.
It's like I'm
Um,
not one of these regular degulars, okay?
no,
yeah, man,
they
I'm
do have
different.
programs out there. Like a lot of the when you were going to UH, when I was going to school, if you were obviously Pacific Islander, and it is UH though, you got to pay in-state tuition. When you went to school there. So things of that sort. It all depends on what school you're going to.
Oh, even if you weren't like, even
From
if you just
Hawaii,
moved
yeah,
there, as
yeah. If
long
you
as you
there were programs that as long as you were a Pacific Islander or of that sort, so then yeah. So
is that socialism? What is that? What is that? That no, that's just taking care of stuff from the trying to address
Cause
inequalities from the
easing
right,
the
past.
burden. All
right,
right.
right.
Why should life be so dang hard? There's
Yeah.
no reason. Like, why? We have all the technology, we have all the resources we could need, but yet life is tough for absolutely no reason.
I think the main thing is people don't. They feel like their tax dollars. They don't want it supporting or holding up someone else. I was like, is that it? Is that the only good reason for not helping other people? Is because you want to keep more of your money?
Yeah, well, we should just make programs that raise the floor instead of fucking lower the ceiling. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, do you guys know what kind of what happens after this? Like, I know I saw a bunch of universities and different places like educational institutions put out posts saying, yeah, we saw what the Supreme Court said, but we're going to do everything legally possible under this new, ruling to continue to help minorities and applicants that, are eligible and worthy to come into create a diverse student body that really helps the college experience. But do we know what happens after this? Like, is there going to be another ruling? It can't get reversed, right? They're the Supreme Court, right? They're the last say.
I mean, you could also appeal it, I guess, but
I think it wasn't affirmative action like a Supreme Court ruling back in the day. So
Okay.
probably got to wait some time.
right.
Yeah. Until some certain situation or case can be litigated, brought back up to the Supreme Court that would then overturn whatever these last
We're
rulings
gonna
are.
have to wait till Nora becomes a Supreme Court judge.
She's gonna have to.
Boy.
We'll get into overturning.
I was gonna say till Nora gets into college, and you were like, nah, till she can actually flip the switch on this.
50 years from now.
Yeah,
It's like I had to fight through read non-affirmative action landscape to get here to turn this affirmative action back on. I mean, I feel like these are the decisions also that are kind of take some time to start seeing the data from again, but uh, the post that I've seen has said that blacks and Latinos are going to be less represented in these um, higher education institutions. It's not going to be so much all places, but those places where the spots are few, where they want to deny people for their prestige, that's where they're not going to be able to say, oh well, these geniuses, we can't really consider them. We're going to take these people that their parents, went here or something. That's going to suck for future student bodies, but we're going to kind of see that.
I mean, it's kind of tough because that's kind of what America was built on. It's like,
melting pot.
We'll make this school, and then these are my rules. If I don't want to let you in, I don't want to let you in. It is freedom.
That's but that's freedom from one side, and like
true, it is, but
banning books from that's like keeping education away from people. That's so fucked up.
It is. Like I said, so we're just gonna have to put out better teachers, make better schools, not to rival Harvard, but just to be just as good. Like, so that way you have an alternative. If you don't want to go to Harvard, if you've been wanting to go to Harvard, there's definitely other schools out there that are better. I know that the name Harvard and Yale and Stanford too, those schools, their names just hold so much weight.
Stanford's like, what the fuck did we do?
Hey, you guys are the Ivy League of the West Coast.
Of the West Coast of the Pac-12.
Right. Right. Y'all just couldn't move all the way over to the East Coast, so you're just as bad, damn it. Cal's next.
Man, yeah. I'm hoping the people figure like this the same thing. We gotta have to all come together on the ground level.
Affirmative action back, fine. That's cool. Bring affirmative action back. But I think the better thing is to do right now. It'll be fair to bring affirmative action back right now. But if we have to wait so long, just start making the moves to make other schools just as prestigious or just as good looking to companies when you get out of school. So
I should have gone through more of the how slavery turned into long-term inequalities, but yeah, affirmative action was made to try to balance out some of those inequalities. So naturally, now that it's being taken away, we're going to see some of those pop up. It's going to be more predominantly white in higher education.
8-hour work days, 10-minute breaks, and a 30-minute lunch, bro. I don't know if slavery's gone yet. I don't know if slavery's gone yet.
They threw in a mandatory lunch period.
Right. Like, hey, you know what happened? We're just gonna pay you a little bit, and then you can eat, and then you can go talk shit outside for a little bit.
Hey, you gotta go buy your lunch though. We're not gonna feed you. Hey, we're gonna give you time to go spend money, and then you come back here.
We're gonna put some vending machines inside, and we're gonna discount them.
The slave workforce. Oh my gosh, no.
The best
labor workforce.
Yeah. So they used to do things like I'm not gonna say the names Home Depot, but if they, like you hit a certain like quota, like you guys like for the store, you guys were like the best in the district or anything like that, and they wouldn't get like what your bonus was?
Pizza.
Yep. You get anything?
Like, if it wasn't pizza, it's for over here on like in Pacific Northwest, Jimmy John's. Everybody would get a sandwich. And man, I worked with this dude, and he is an old dude. He goes, we'd walk in and they'd have pizza, and he'd look around. He goes like, he grabbed 4, he'd take 2, and he'd give me 2. He goes, look, if this is what they're gonna give us, we're gonna take these 4 pizzas. Let's go outside. And he goes, let's go put these in the car. We go put them, and let's go back in and eat some of the pizza inside.
We're gonna take advantage.
I'm worth more than a couple slices.
Right.
Hell yeah. She'll take all the pizzas and just be like, no, nothing for anybody else.
No, that's crazy to think that like the slaves that built those schools weren't allowed to go to them. That's crazy.
Because they didn't see them as like worthy of books or education or teaching.
But even just building the schools alone, if you look at those buildings, how long they've lasted, that's a skill that But like I said, we got Nora coming up. Hopefully, you don't have to wait that long for changes to come through. hopefully Noah can benefit from the changes that are coming.
Okay, see, that's the thing. I gotta do something so that she doesn't have to like.
Right.
So now I gotta figure out who to
yeah.
talk to start a whole movement of.
Right. You got to plant that tree for her shade, not for yours.
Or I just focus on this one and like make her super smart, and just be super selfish, and then she
like yo
runs away from home.
I'm gonna teach
I don't want to do it anymore.
I've seen the movies, man. I'm just gonna teach my daughter to be like an assassin, and then when I don't like someone in politics, when I don't like someone,
oh damn! All right, millions of dollars being handed out in free agency for the National Basketball Association. What was the biggest? I already know what this is for Forrest. Forrest, what was your biggest steal of the opening of free agency?
To the biggest steal?
Yeah. No. Who robbed a team?
There's two people who robbed the team. Two.
All right, go.
Look, I get it. Lance is a stat guy, and I'll never say anything about Lance because I know Lance will dive deep into these stats. And
I'll find some stats for you.
Right. I'm pretty sure Grant Williams and Dylan Brooks have some positive stats for the teams they played for, but you gotta. There's more to being just a bucket filler, on a bad team, or like having a good game here and there, and then there's a lot of ways these guys can. I'm not saying they're not good. They play in the NBA, but the money they're getting paid, bro, that's ridiculous. They are not worth that money. I know in today's league, the money is skewed. It's different. The money being given out is different. They have these contracts going out is because of the bargaining agreement that they made between the players and the association. So, I mean, gosh, though, if you owned a team, would you have given Grant Williams and Dylan Brooks this money? I know I talk about Austin Reeves anytime we, but I do believe he's important to the Lakers winning a championship. I think without Austin Reeves, like re-signing, I don't think they would have made it this far in the playoffs without Austin Reeves. I don't think next year they'll be any better if they let Austin Reeves leave. So they re-signed him. They gave him the money, he worked for it. But those two, oh my gosh.
So Dylan Brooks got a 4-year, $80 million deal from the Houston Rockets, and Grant Williams, who was offered $8 million by Boston, took a 4-year, $54 million deal in a sign-and trade that sent him to the Dallas Mavericks. In a free agency where some of these guys got $260 million, I don't think those two were really bad. I didn't see Dylan Brooks getting $80 million, but like JJ Redick said, I want that motherfucker on my team. He's good. All the antics and stuff.
No,
I don't think he's $80 million. I don't think he's good. But I also don't understand where the Grant Williams hate is coming from.
Bro, his antics are just as bad as Dylan Brooks.
Oh no. Just as bad?
He's just not as covered as it. Those two, I will tell you now, those two are literally the reason both teams lost in the playoffs.
Yeah. Dylan Brooks. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The other reason. These guys, they think that that's part of their game. Like, I'm going to go in here. That's why people want me on this team. That's why they pay me. No, fool. Dylan Brooks, you play defense. Grant Williams, you rebound. Do that. Shut your mouth, play ball.
Did you just say shut up and dribble?
Yeah, no, that's different. If you have issues outside of basketball, hey, put them out. But while you're playing basketball, bro, you're not as good as you think you are. Honestly.
They're not the 3-point takers. I feel like Dylan Brooks hit some threes.
No, check. You can see those stats. I saw those. He's not that good of a 3-point. Stop it.
Well, I feel like change of scenery for Dylan Brooks was definitely needed. I think change of scenery for Grant Williams might actually help him.
I thought he was going to be in Mexico playing basketball this year.
That's what a lot of people said. He needed to brush up on his Mandarin.
They actually play ball in China. I don't know. They're pretty good in China.
The Houston Rockets might as well be a China G League team because they're garbage. That's China's literally their favorite team because they're all red.
This is the thing,
And
too. You're
yeah,
gonna put guys on that team. You're gonna put him on that team with these young,
that's what I was
impressionable
gonna say.
guys,
Dylan Brooks
right?
is gonna ruin these
Oh
guys.
my gosh, he is.
Damn.
Yeah. Like,
They brought in who else? Fred Van Fleet.
He's the only one who shoots worse than Dylan Brooks.
And they paid them like $200 million
They paid
together.
combined a year $63 million for those two players.
And they got some rookies in Houston, right?
they do.
Or they had some. Who'd they have? Jalen Green.
They got Jalen Green, Jabari Smith. They picked up
Sengun.
Yep, they got him, and then is it Amen that they drafted?
Amen, yeah.
Yeah, Amen. They have a nice solid core. I would have rather they went harder to try to get Harden. You know,
Harden. Oh, okay, yeah, I heard about that. I heard that was a possibility. I like it.
He should have just stayed the whole time. Like he ain't done shit. He ain't done shit. He just boo 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 boo.
Man,
just went around.
He said, all these teams are gonna make, someone put a meme like pretty soon Harden's picture is gonna look like Shaq. You know how they have this collage of Shaq in like
oh yeah,
how many jerseys like how many different teams he played for. They have one with Harden, so that's crazy. But
yeah, people are moving around.
Like I said, those two dudes are in the league because they play ball. I'm not gonna dispute that. But man, like I said, you see it. I mean, different times, yes, totally different times. But to think that Jordan made less in his whole career that they're gonna make like in the years that they played, like, and then you think about Pippen, who's a Hall of Famer as well, and like top 50 in what the decade or top 100. That guy didn't make as much as some of these guys who are sitting at the end of the bench. That's like, I mean, I get it, man. You go out there, you've trained your whole life to play ball. That I'm not taking that away from you. But
it sounds like you want to keep them in a box. Focus on your box. This is what got you here. Play good defense. Stack up the boards.
I want you to pay them for what they're worth.
But that's another thing. We're talking about the CBA and stuff. Is it a super crazy explosion in the cap? Because like LaMelo Ball got $260 million. Tyrese Halliburton $260 million. Somebody else $260 million on their first re-up. Like they've only been in the league for 4 years and they're getting $250 million. That's just that means
than those two combined.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Well, they're definitely like willing to build on those cornerstones.
Like, look, 56 and 80, that's crazy. If they're like, if anything below that, like even a little bit below that, like maybe 30, 20, fine. Man,
you'd be okay if they got 10 instead of 15.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's other guys out there who, and I know it's more than just being able to play ball. You got to be out there. You got to have something that you get noticed for, and to get on the court and to play ball, to be noticed by the front office. You know, you can't just be great at basketball. That's because the NBA is a business. I get that.
Yeah.
But there are more deserving players that you could be giving this money to.
Just donate it.
Right. Just gonna throw it away.
Give it back to the fans.
Or there's some dude sweeping up your locker room at night that probably deserves a little bit of that money that he's not getting. So,
like that LaMelo contract, 5 years, $260 million. I was like, no wonder Michael Jordan wanted out. He was like, hell no, don't pay that.
Yeah, and that fool hasn't even out. He didn't even play the whole season last year. He was hurt so much.
I know.
For real. Michael Jordan was like, I'm not paying nobody 3 times what I made my whole career for one contract.
Right. Exactly. Then he got to pay Brandon Miller now too, who doesn't even think that Michael Jordan is great at all.
I want to know, do you guys think he was trying to not get drafted by Charlotte?
No, I think he's just talking out his ass and just trying to be in the news.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Like, who do you say? Paul George was his?
Yeah, Paul George is your GOAT?
That's his GOAT.
That's so weird.
Yeah. He said that's who he grew up watching and trying to emulate. So, you know.
Paul George. Sorry. All right. Mike, any notes from free agency? Any big deals that happened that you thought were noteworthy?
Let's see. I don't know. I'm very just interested in where Damian Lillard is going to end up. I don't think that the Trailblazers shouldn't honor his like.
Send me to Miami.
Yeah, don't honor that. Fuck that. I don't
Right.
give a fuck. Like you, yeah, you trying to blow it all up, man. You trying to blow it up. All right, but I would still send him to a place where he could win. So that's why I propose Damian Lillard for James Harden and some picks, or James Harden and another player. So James Harden can come to Portland, which has the most strip clubs per capita, which
They're
would
not that
be
good.
great. Yeah,
They're not that good.
they're not that great, but hey, they're there.
Some of them are a bar with a pole on the side. I can't believe this is happening. Luke Jobs is joining us just
Hey,
as soon as we start talking about the Portland Trailblazers and Damian Lillard. Welcome in, Luke. Welcome in. Mike just brought up that the Blazers should not honor sending Dame Lillard to Miami. They should do what's best for the team. What do you think about that?
I mean, I love Damian Lillard, but gotta do what's best for the Blazers. I'm a Blazer fan, so at the end of the day, I love him. He's great, but to have a no trade clause and think you're only going to go to Miami is pretty nuts, especially when Miami's package is garbage.
Yeah, you're taking L's on that one.
Garbage.
What was you're not gonna get Bam back in a Dame trade to Miami. You would get what, Tyler Hero, the rookie they got, and then like 3 pick swaps and a pick. That's not enough to pair with Scoot Henderson and Anthony and what else you got?
No
That's
one.
about it. That's Shady Sharp's good, man. Shady Sharp.
Jeremy Grant for 4 more years.
They got a nice little core.
Yeah, the whole situation's a mess, and I don't know. There's been so many thrown out there, so many, but I don't know. I kind of like the idea of a Brooklyn swap, though. They can offer us quite a bit. Boston is kind of my ideal swap, though, because I think we could find a way to get Jaylen Brown out of them.
That'd be a good trade, but I don't know. I don't know if Jaylen Brown would fit there with all those other young guys. But yeah, I mean, if they do send him to Brooklyn, that'd be great. His relationship with Michael Bridges is what's popping that up. So I mean, they just signed Cam Johnson. I wonder who they would offer up. I mean, I'd actually go for they got that young center who actually plays defense, Claxton. Him and somebody else and some picks would be great for Portland. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, like you said, you love Dame. I like Dame. Yeah. There's no way they're gonna get Bam for him, only because that's the whole reason he's trying to fly out to Miami is to play with Bam. His relationship with Bam. So
He'd be pissed, and I don't see Miami doing that.
no, not at all. I mean, with the third team, I mean, it could be better for Portland with the third team, but I think Portland's also, if they're really in rebuild mode, I mean, the picks are going to be what they're going to concentrate on, and like maybe one superstar or about to be a superstar. So we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him go to Milwaukee for what is their small forward? That's Middleton, who just re-signed, a few picks. You know, they can rebuild off the picks and they can get rid of Middleton after his contract's done. Cheap.
Yeah. I don't know. It keeps floating back to like Brooklyn because you got Spencer Dinwiddie, you got O'Neal, you got Claxton, you got a ton of picks, but the one that a lot of people, and I've hated on him for so many years. I can't believe we're talking about this, but and I don't know, but Ben Simmons is sitting around and he's pretty young still.
Yeah, that's who they would get from Brooklyn. If that's the so if that's it,
absolutely,
it has to be, yeah. It'll be a 3 team trade. So if Brooklyn is part of it, Ben Simmons is the big name plus picks for Portland. And Portland's, they might have to replace Thibault because he was just offered a offer sheet from Dallas just now for $33 million. So they have the right to offer match it, but That's one guy they might not want to lose because he's actually pretty good 3-D. So we'll see.
Can't lose him.
Who is the guy that got 260 million?
From who?
Houston? No.
Oh,
I thought that was Thibault. Was that not Thibault?
No, Van Fleet got a big contract from Houston, but then you're probably thinking of the guy from the Pacers, Halliburton.
Yeah, Halliburton. Okay, gotcha. Mix it up.
Yeah.
I feel like Dame, Ben Simmons, and Brooklyn already has all those picks from trading away Durant, right?
yeah.
It's gonna be
Which
they're
is funny
basically
because Brooklyn had no picks for a long time. When after the Kevin Garnett and the whole
Paul Pierce.
they didn't have picks for a long time. I think the biggest move right now in the league, most exciting for me, would be a team who, sad to say, but would be Mike's original team, the Thunder. With Chet coming back, they look nice. I liked it. With Chet coming back, they look nice.
We saw recent summer league action from Chet.
Yeah,
we got stats. How did he
Looking
look out
solid.
there?
His first game
Today.
what do you have today?
Today, 10 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 blocks, 6 turnovers. However,
That's tough.
summer league though, work out
Right.
the kinks.
Yep.
Yeah, in his first game,
Nice.
it was just about that. He had 15 though in points, and the other stats were just about the same as this game. So
Chet is eligible for Rookie of the Year, right?
I think he should be because he didn't play any.
Because he didn't play. Right. Okay. You think he's got a shot over the Spurs pick, Wembanyama?
I do. Because he's going to be playing a different position. I don't think he's offense. I think he's going to be more of a 3 on offense. I don't think they're going to have him play 5.
Yeah.
He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot more than Wembanyama. So we'll see. Mike, do you cheer for the Thunder because they used to be the Supersonics?
No, I hate them. I hate them.
No.
Yeah, not a big fan. They I guess our history is kind of tied with them right now. But once we get our team back, man,
it's supposed to be soon.
But I'm preaching this for 10 years now. Once we get our team back, man, we're gonna get our banners back. And
hey, Ray Allen and Rashard Lewis are part of a group right now that's trying really hard. They're close.
Nice.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
The
Adam
next 2
Silver.
teams are supposed to be Seattle and Vegas. So
damn, Vegas been hitting. Vegas got some championships already, and they only got a couple of teams.
That's the Knights' second championship, isn't it? It's about to be the Aces' second championship.
The Aces got titles. Yeah, damn.
They're about to get another one.
Vegas is coming up.
Right.
It's going to be interesting to see the NBA finally having 32 teams, and if that causes a realignment to get it to 8 divisions or how they would do that, or just a 5-6-5. Luke, any other free agency deals? We talked about Dylan Brooks getting 80 mil. We talked about Grant Williams in that sign and trade, got 4 for 54 million. Some of the 260 max contracts that have gone out, but anything else you've seen in the news for the NBA's free agency?
Kind of a quiet one today. Mo Bamba got picked up by the Sixers, so
nice.
I don't know. People are flying around all over the place, and the NBA can offer so much money, it seems like. So Sixers will be a team to look out for again. I mean, it's crazy how many teams want Dame, but with Boston clearing up so much space, they really do have the space to do it. And I think they could even do it without moving Jaylen Brown. So I don't know. As far as free agencies, though, a lot of teams got better. I think the Mavericks did a lot. Phoenix did a lot with what they were able to. I mean, they filled out their roster pretty well, especially with having 3 superstars. So I don't know, it's going to be interesting. I think it's kind of a race between a few teams on each side. And I agree though, the Thunder are good, man. They did the right thing. They did it through the draft, and they're going to be really good because they got Victor Oladipo too, and who knows how he'll be after his injury.
Yeah, he's supposed to be at full strength, so we'll see.
I feel like the Blazers are in that situation, not an even 1-for-1, but it was kind of when the Lakers got LeBron, and then they traded everything away to bring another superstar to pair with him, and Anthony Davis ended up getting a title and being able to compete for a long time. But then I've always felt that like regret of trading away so many great young guys and seeing them do good in other places, and imagining what if we just had all those really good number 2 overall picks playing for us and developing together, and also it'd be like good for cap reasons, being like a young fresh team. But the Blazers, I think, are in a similar situation where Dame said, bring me another guy to play with here. But instead of the Blazers doing what the Lakers did and trading away their whole team for, one person, you guys are going to be like, no, we're going to build for the future. We're going to get a bunch of picks and go like the Thunder route. So that might take a couple more years than you'd want it to, but I think long term it raises the floor and it makes it a more solid team, and you're able to fill out your roster better. So
yeah, Scoot Henderson too. It seems like he's very high up on a lot of people's list, and people always talk about Victor, but I don't know. I don't think Brandon Miller was the right pick by Charlotte. For one, they changed the whole direction of Portland's future, and that is rough on Blazer fans. I feel like every Blazer fan in their heart, deep down, is like, name can go, blah, blah, blah. But realistically, really deep down, you're like, this hurts. It's like you just got broken up with by like your 11-year
11 years.
Man, I don't even know how to
hey, man, you guys, so many rumors over the years in this 11-year relationship about him leaving you, and you guys made it through all of this, but eventually you picked another high drafted girlfriend, and he was like, I'm out. He's like, I'm fucking out. You guys don't want to bring me no help.
The 11 years you didn't put out, I'm gone.
No, Portland loves Dame. You see, like
the front office don't though.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. The Portland Trailblazers don't necessarily trying to.
Yeah, the city of Portland, they love Dame. City of Portland loves Dame.
It was dope to see those people like wish him like Amine, all the Portland like people, former players, teammates, recognize just like how loyal he was to Portland for the last 10, 11 years, and trying to give him his flowers on the way out. Luke, Damian Lillard is listening to this right now. What do you want to say to him? Like anything you want.
It's funny because if Dame wasn't listening, I'd be like, it's best for the future. But Dame, if you're listening, don't go. Stay here. Don't leave us. But at the same time, man, that's tough. If you want to leave, I understand. Best for your future. Also, it'd be cool to maybe like hang out sometime. That's all I got for you, Dame. Don't make me cry.
That's tough. It's funny you say that, Luke. He was just at church on Sunday with at Teleno's church, Rose Church in Portland.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the club called church.
No.
At church. Okay.
Yeah, he was at actual church, Rose Church in Portland, and all the boys got to see him, the boys that we were involved with, and Noah too. Noah got to see him. Noah was serving on Sunday, so yeah, that's pretty cool that he's still out there in the city with people. You know what I mean?
He's doing the right thing. I mean, he went to McMinnville High School, I think last week too, right after the rumor dropped, and it was kind of an awkward thing because like all the Blazer dancers were there and Blaze the Trail Cat, and they were like, it's just I think he's doing the right thing still before he leaves, and I don't know.
He's never played anywhere else. He loves Portland.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Portland fan and you're bad mouthing Dame right now, shame on you.
Yeah. The Lakers had a great free agency. No, I won't say great that loud. I think the Lakers had a great free agency. I think our roster is in a better situation than last year. I definitely feel better about it.
Fantastic. They had a great free agency.
Yeah.
I like that. We brought back both Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. Like that, I thought was not possible. Like Clay was like, look, I looked at the stats. I looked at the payroll and it's not happening. And I was like, I need to remember to text him back. He's like, fuck you, bro. We got both of them. And D'Angelo Russell. We got Reeves, Rui, Russell. Who else do we get?
You got the point guard from the Heat too, and he had a great playoff. So
Oh,
Gabe
Gabe
Vincent.
Vincent. Oh yeah.
Gabe Vincent got the bag. I saw that tweet from Bam.
Jackson Hayes is probably gonna be
Jackson
good for you guys.
Jackson Hayes. Yeah, a lot of
You guys did lose Thomas Bryant, who I thought was pretty good for you guys in certain spots. So.
oh, Ben.
Yeah.
No. Thomas Bryant won a ring last year with the Nuggets.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Fucking, and he was hyped. He was really hyped on the bench. Like, especially when we played the Lakers. Like when he played the Lakers series, he was like super up waving the fucking. It's like, God damn it, Thomas. You're
he
welcome.
averaged 4.2 minutes for Denver in that playoff run. Good for him.
Oh,
Big
wait.
feat.
We traded him mid-season because he was the one with his hand up when LeBron was taking that shot to pass Kareem for the points. And Thomas Bryant was like backing down and he had his hand up in the post. And everyone retweeted that like, look at this dumb motherfucker. Ain't no way he's gonna see the ball here. You're the only person that thought the pass was coming.
He was doing his job, man.
No, it's true, right? He was just backing down, getting good position, but everyone's like making fun of him because career points. Yeah, that's basketball. Any other basketball notes? Other people making big money or big changes that made trades.
We signed Brody. That's pretty good for the Clippers.
Yo, for $4 million?
Right. So this
Total.
Is he took a pay cut to stay with them because he thinks they're gonna win. So
someone said it was the largest pay cut in NBA history.
Hey man, that's the guy who, when he says that he loves playing basketball, you have to believe him now. I don't care what you say. Like, of course he has enough. I don't know if he has enough money for the lifestyle, but he's made some money, and right now I think he's really trying to win a championship. I don't know if Kawhi or Paul George is going to be there very much longer, but I mean Brody is. So,
do you guys know who Baby Gronk is?
My gosh, yo! So you posted that in the topics for like Gronk. That's not even like the worst news. Did you see the interview? Did I send that to our chat?
There was an interview with this kid. So okay, for people listening, if you know the name Gronk, you're thinking Rob Gronkowski, tight end for the Patriots. Baby Gronk is a kid. It's like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, he's like a 10, I think.
Yeah.
That is a social media sensation, going viral, being seen by a lot. But a lot of people think it's just because his dad is pushing it and not really the kid that wants to do it. It's more his dad is like pushing him to be viral and to make a lot of money or to get a lot of views or bang a lot of chicks, whatever is the vibe for him.
Yo, check out this video of my son.
Yeah, so much, and but he was so active on it, calling people, that apparently it's become too much for the kid's namesake, Rob Gronkowski, and he's gonna take legal action to issue a cease and desist on using his name moving forward. So it's gonna have to be Baby something else.
Yeah, that was the first mistake, using someone else's image and likeness. I think ever since LeVar Ball came out and literally willed his sons to the NBA, two of them, every parent thinks,
two and a half.
Right.
We count summer league.
G League.
He played like one game. I think he sat on the bench one game in the NBA.
Hey, employee right there.
Count it. Yeah, ever since that, like some parents, like his dad, thinks that he can just will his son to the league. They post videos of this kid working out. He don't even look like he's having a good time.
Not at all.
Like, look, Michael Jackson's childhood got taken from him, and
you see
and
that
he made
happening.
Great music, but
leave the king of pop alone.
The music was great.
Taking childhoods away is not good, and
no, not at all.
That's what you see happening here.
Yeah, it's just like it's all the dads doing. Like the dad's egos pushing this forward, not the son wanting to be a great football player.
I think about trying to instill some things like into my kid, but not to the level where I feel like I'm like living vicariously through them for my missed dreams. Like I don't want my. Well, I've said I wouldn't mind my kid being a quarterback, but by the time she plays in high school, they're going to not be allowed to hit those people.
Right.
I think it's going to be okay. But yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to like feel like I'm pushing anything on her like that. Definitely not to that level. Would be a lot more subtle about it, guys. Just wear Chargers jerseys around her, take lots of pictures, put them on the wall, like that. Not so direct. It feels
Not messaging Gronkowski 500 times,
damn.
trying to get a meetup, photo shoot, whatever, to boost your fake brand.
Right. Okay, but like it's not good to do it, right? But has it worked?
No.
Not with that, not with the Gronk, baby Gronk, but with the Ball brothers, it did.
I mean, they had talent. They like liked playing basketball.
Yeah. They were already established. You know, I mean, he hit it at the right time.
I think Deshaun Jackson's dad was like having him work out a lot when he was a young fella.
Right. I mean,
Djax.
Yeah, and worked out for him.
I think the earliest I ever remember of like a father, actually a family just going hard like that for their kid was a quarterback out of California, went to USC, Marinovich. The kid he didn't eat a cheeseburger until he was in the NFL. Like they brought him up, like all he did was work out, eat like organic things. His father was a fitness guru growing up, like in the 80s, 70s. And then his career just took like the worst turn in the NFL. Like like the worst.
Because he started eating cheeseburgers.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta let your kids eat cheeseburgers early, damn it.
Man, it's way too late for my kids. Then Cam's already had several cheeseburgers.
No, that's good. That way they don't go crazy when they have their first cheeseburger
when
at 22.
Yeah, because it went cheeseburgers and then cocaine. You know what I mean?
All right. Before we go to shout-outs, cocaine in the West Wing of the White House. What is happening? We have 4 minutes.
Bruh, that dude, the dude, whoever was in there right now is probably like, oh fuck. I hope they don't find me. There has to be a camera in that room somewhere.
Absolutely. There has to be a camera, right? So
they know who did it.
Oh, you think they already know?
Of course they know. They're not going to tell us though. They're going to say the first family or whatever, Biden's, they weren't even here. They weren't even here.
They don't even walk along this section.
They weren't at the crib. Nah.
No, someone's gonna post a video.
So bad.
That was the ghost of Abe Lincoln.
Before I say this, I'm neither Republican nor Democrat, but they're gonna have Kamala Harris somewhere in a video like, "What's up, guys?"
The vice president.
What's going on?
What are you guys? Why is everybody here?
What's going on? Anthrax? Where?
Bro, someone's gonna say it's leftover from like 4 years ago. Okay, it's not
from the January 6th riot.
Yeah.
Like it was left here when we were taking out files.
It dropped out of a box.
It dropped out one of the file boxes.
What the press secretary of the White House is saying is that it was in a high trafficked, and then she stopped when she said traffic, and she was like high traveled area in the West Wing.
Test the purity of it.
Yo, how much has it been stepped on?
Yeah, the president's only getting top notch, the best.
Straight from Colombia.
But if that's been stomped on, that's fake. That was planted. That's some bum.
Nah.
If Joe Biden starts doing like some really high energy like
cartwheels.
Speeches, I don't know, he cartwheels out to
he starts to fall like Michael Jackson.
He can catch his balance now.
Oh no!
It's one of those damn interns from Harvard.
Bro, It's such a bad look to be having drugs in the president's fucking office. Well, not the office, not in the White House. That's so fucking crazy.
It's like, I'll just get out of the Oval Office.
But like you're saying, we probably aren't going to be told the full details of what happens. But I'm sure that people are going to have a lot of ideas of who or what and how that shit got there.
It's not even going to be in the media by next week. Everybody's just going to be like, hey, cocaine? Happens all the time.
Laptop.
All right, we'll see if it's still a subject next week. Hopefully they come to the bottom of it. I am going to go shampoo the carpets in my living room now. But before we go, shout outs. Luke, appreciate you being on. Do you have any shout outs or any what's ups you want to say to anybody?
Happy late 4th of July to you guys. Texas does 4th of July a little different. It was a lot of fireworks. It was very loud, but I definitely miss being home. So shout out to you guys having me on. It means a lot. Sorry I was late. I have 3 kids.
No problem. You came right when Mike started talking about Damian Lillard. Your name popped.
I was like, you heard me. Yeah. I was like, who's this?
It's like right on time.
I was like, oh shit.
Mike said, damn, is this Dame? Is this Dame?
Yeah, me and Sammy, Nora, we were out in Eastern Oregon. We missed you and the family. We'll hopefully see you guys very soon.
Go get yourself a Dutch Bros coffee if you ever get some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get a large astronaut rebel blended. Damn. Every time. Mike, any shout outs?
Yeah, I got a shout out for my homie down in Sacramento. His name is Petros. He's a scientist. He studies molds. And he pretty much told me that the show The Last of Us, that could happen any day. So once I heard that, I was like, oh shit, I thought it was just a joke. I thought it was just for entertainment. But he's like, yeah, we're like a couple degrees of the earth heating up from getting there. So shout out to him for putting me on, so now I can put you guys on.
Dude, I heard that yesterday. I don't know if it was real, but it was the hottest day ever in the world.
Hottest average temperature in the world. Yeah, it was like 64.9 or something.
Yeah, I mean it was 98 out here. So I mean, shit.
You think about some places in the world are like negative temperatures, and then the average for all of it is above 50. It's like 60 fucking degrees, and you're like, oh, it's just getting hot. And the day before that was like set a record, but it was a degree lower. So, it's just one of those things when the world warms up globally. It's hot, shit melts.
It slowed down because we pumped so much water out of it.
I was just telling Sammy about that today. And like the earth tilted a little bit and it's slowed down because we've sucked so much water out of the ground that it's no longer balanced. It's just wobbly on the outsides. Guys, enjoy
it. DUI by the space police.
Enjoy it while you're here. Nice. Forrest, any shout outs?
Shout out to Mike and Petros for activating a new fear for everybody.
Chloroceps and the world stopping.
Real.
Oh man. Hey, shout out to everybody, man. I don't have too many shout outs this week. I haven't got anywhere. I've literally just been at home trying to save the world on Call of Duty. So
I saw you got some dubs.
I did. See, that's what I was telling people. Stop sleeping. Yo, I play with a lot of good players, and when we play on the team, I average like 4 or 5 kills, because the other guys, like, they be dropping like 20 bombs. Junior Lube is pretty good. He like 12, 15 kills he averages. It's pretty good. So when we get on, I'm like 5, 6, and they'll be like, hey, where are you? I was like, yo, don't do that. Don't do that.
I was holding the bullets for you guys.
I'm just gonna go play Resurgence solos now. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go by myself, play solos.
Which Call of Duty is this?
The Warzone right now. I think it's
Call of Duty
Modern Warfare 2. they remastered Call of Modern Warfare 2, and right now, so there's the format right now is called Warzone, and it's a like I guess close to like open world gaming, but you're on these maps, and then you have these teams, and you're playing like Fortnite, just online. It's their online platform.
Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Like the circle gets smaller and smaller, forcing you all to fight. And
I'm always down for some Fortnite. Well, I mean, and then I feel like that has kind of spread out to the other games, and it's like a shrinking map, and you got to go.
So I mean it makes the gameplay faster, and not having people sit in like the farthest corner of the map.
Hey, camper right here. Put my back on a wall.
Set up a tent.
Right. Then you play with guys that are playing on a PC who are shooting you from like one side of the map from the other. It's like, bro, your hack is the best. Can you stop now?
Please stop killing me.
I
need to hop on that Warzone.
Shout out to Luke, man. Good to see you, man. I see you doing things out there in Texas, man. And just like you said, it is different out there in Texas. So I know you thought those were fireworks. A lot of that shit was gunshots. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. A lot of them were gunshots.
This is so loud.
I was like, that's a different kind of firework. Yes, that's a 12 gauge firework. Texas is different.
Nice. Definitely shout out to Luke doing big things down there in Longview, Texas. If you're listening to this in Longview or where else, where can they get Dutch Bros now for the first time?
Nacogdoches.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Drink flavor.
Bro, it's crazy seeing the lines and how far down the street they were going for people to come there. Good shit.
It looked like the line to In and Out down in Salem.
Down in Salem. Hell yeah.
Bonkers. It just slowed down a little bit today finally, so it was kind of more normal. But nice. It's been a lot. It's been cool. It's been cool to see the company expand from one little push cart to we're in Texas. So I'm
Where's the next one opening?
Longview, right down the road. So
nice.
Stand number 3 coming at you.
Hey, get it, bro.
Let us know when they send you to Antarctica, man, to open that one up, man.
I'll let you know. You guys can move with me. It'll be good.
Hey, I'm coming to Antarctica with you.
Beachfront property.
Right.
Yeah. Penguins. Nice. Yeah, shout out to Luke doing big things. Shout out to our sponsor, as always, Levasa Island Apparel, Brother Eri, Brother Va, down in Modesto, California, www.levasaislandapparel.com. Shout out to Bissell Carpet Cleaners. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Forrest. Appreciate you guys for being on, as always. And, of course, shout out to our listeners. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back at you next week with another episode, but that's going to wrap it up for this week. For Luke Jobs, Mike Fiso, Forrest Dodelau, I am Lance Falatongo. Stay hydrated, stay blessed. Wait a minute, pull that back. Stay hydrated, stay blessed, stay ballin'. Love and light. Peace. Yay.